Auspicious greetings from Nantian Institute in Australia. I'm about to narrate to you the Sutra of the 8 Realizations of Great Beings, a relatively short Mahayana Sutra that is much esteemed in Chinese Buddhism. It was one of the first Buddhist sutras that I encountered, and it has inspired me to be less attached to what's me and mine, but instead focus on nourishing my Bodhi resolve. So, here is my gift to you. Sutra of the 8 Realizations of Great Beings, translated from the Chinese by Buddhist Light Publishing. For all disciples of the Buddha, each morning and night, recite with a sincere mind these 8 realizations of a bodhisattva. First, realize that this world is impermanent and that nations are dangerous and fragile. The 4 great elements lead to suffering and are empty, and the 5 aggregates are without a self. All things arise, cease, change, and become different. They are illusory, not real, and cannot be controlled. The mind is the source of unwholesomeness, and the body is a gathering of wrongdoings. Contemplate this, and you will gradually turn away from the cycle of birth and death. Second, realize that more desire causes suffering. The weariness of the cycle of birth and death arises from greed and desire. Lessen desire and be without any wishes, and the body and mind will be at ease. Third, realize that the mind cannot be satisfied, but only seeks more, increasing in wrongdoing and unwholesomeness. Bodhisattvas are not like this. They are always satisfied with what they have, is peaceful in poverty, and upholds the way. Wisdom is their only concern. Fourth, realize that laziness leads to downfall. Be diligent and break through the evil of the affliction. Defeat the 4 kinds of Mara and escape the prison of the 5 aggregates and 3 realms. Fifth, realize that ignorance gives rise to the cycle of birth and death. Bodhisattvas are always mindful. Study widely, listen more, increase their wisdom, and become more eloquent in order to teach all beings great joy. Sixth, realize that those who are poor and suffering have more resentment, and that this leads them to create unwholesome conditions. Bodhisattvas practice giving and have equal concern for friend and foe. They do not recollect past unwholesome deeds committed against them, nor do they hate unwholesome people. Seventh, realize that wrongdoing comes from the 5 desires. Even though you are an ordinary person, do not be stained by worldly pleasures. Always be mindful of the triple road, the bowl, and Dharma instruments, and be willing to leave home, uphold the way purely, practice the holy life well, and have compassion for all beings. Eighth, realize that the cycle of birth and death is a raging fire, and that suffering is boundless. Initiate the Mahayana mind to universally help all beings, and vow to shoulder the boundless suffering of sentient beings, so that all sentient beings may reach great joy. These 8 realizations are the realizations of all Buddhas and bodhisattvas. Diligently practice the way and compassionately cultivate wisdom. Take the great Dharma vessel and reach the shore of nirvana. Then return again to the cycle of birth and death to liberate sentient beings. Use these 8 realizations to teach all beings and allow sentient beings to awaken to the suffering of the cycle of birth and death. Turn away from the 5 desires and cultivate the mind on the noble path. If disciples of the Buddha recite these 8 realizations in every thought, they can eliminate boundless wrongdoings, progress towards bodhi, and quickly attain right enlightenment, forever cut off birth and death, and always be happy.